Well, tomorrow, President Biden meets face-to-face with Russian President Vladimir Putin for the first time since becoming president. Our White House correspondent John Decker joins us live from Geneva, Switzerland to give us a preview. John, this meeting is what everyone's been talking about. Now, looking beyond the expected PR and the messaging, how do you think the administration is really feeling about this meeting?
Well, it's a meeting that has been led up to this point, Celine, over the course of the past 6 months, and it's a meeting that President Biden wanted to get accomplished within his first 6 months in office, and he wanted it to take place after meeting with America's allies in Europe, and that's exactly what's happened. Tensions right now are very thick between the U.S. and Russia, and that's one of the reasons why at the top of the agenda for President Biden tomorrow is the issue of cyber warfare. You've seen this, you've reported on this over the course of the past few weeks. The attack on the Colonial Pipeline, that was done by hackers emanating from Russia. The attack on the JBS food plants, that too happened from hackers who emanate from Russia. And what President Biden wants to deliver in terms of a message to President Putin is that this needs to stop. This action needs to stop, and this action needs to stop for the next 4 years. Lay down the rules of the road that Mr. Putin must abide by over the course of Mr. Biden's presidency.
Now, John, like you said, there are some big topics on the table. In addition, there's the pandemic, there's arms control, counterterrorism, climate change, human rights. Do you think they're going to strike any deals on this trip?
Here's one thing that substantively I do think will come out of this meeting, and that is this. Right now, as things stand, there is not a U.S. ambassador in place in Moscow. There is not a Russian ambassador in place in Washington. And so that's one of those things that's necessary, because there are these tough issues that you just mentioned that are on the table, and you need top diplomats in place to convey the concerns of each country. So that is what I do expect for sure to come out of tomorrow's meetings.
Now, there is some skepticism that this wasn't the right time for this meeting. Obviously, Biden thinks it is the right time. What is he saying about it?
Well, you are correct about that. There is criticism leveled against President Biden for having this meeting in the sense that you're rewarding President Putin for his bad behavior. The argument that the administration has put forward is this: you can't let these problems fester. You need to confront them. You need to talk to your adversary, and that's exactly what's going to happen over the course of 5 hours of meetings tomorrow. First, a small meeting, and then an expanded meeting. The small meeting will include a top aide to President Biden, that's his Secretary of State, Tony Blinken, and as well as a top aide to President Putin, and that's the Foreign Minister of Russia, Sergei Lavrov, in addition to 2 interpreters.
And John, the White House runs a tight ship. They have strong grip on messaging and imaging. The administration can't control Putin. He'll say what he wants to say on Russian television, which will make it here. Do they have a strategy to address that? And is it correct that they won't have a joint press conference?
It is correct. There is no joint press conference, unlike what we saw when President Trump met with President Putin a few years ago in Helsinki, Finland, and also what happened way back in 1985 right here in Geneva when President Ronald Reagan met with Mikhail Gorbachev. They too had a joint press conference. That will not happen after tomorrow's summit. It will be a solo press conference by President Biden, and the reason he said is because he doesn't want this to be an issue of optics. He wants to talk about the substance of the meetings, and he feels the best way to do this is to have solo press conferences.
Well, this will be interesting to see how it goes. John Decker live for us in Geneva, Switzerland. Thank you so much.